haven't even listened to it.
It's so hard to say goodbye to Zach Morris. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boo Shakalaka podcast. My name is Tiffany. I'm your host, and I'm joined with my co-host Pierre.
Man, my name is Susie, and Gucci think I love him.
That too. Well, we are here for the season 1 finale of Goosebumps on Hulu. This episode is titled Welcome to Horrorland. This episode was
the episode.
You did.
I did. I feel like, though it may not have been the best episode of the season, the tone and how it worked, I feel like if it had worked like this episode worked for every episode, we would have had a better season. Okay. I'll explain during the show.
I feel like the episode was super rushed, and they could have put a little bit of this into the previous episode.
Okay, you're correct.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So we begin with we'll just say Slappy at war. Slappy's at war. Don't know what war. I'm assuming the
it said 1879. Said 1879. So let's see.
Was that? But that would have been after. Ooh, do not want to sound dumb on this podcast. That would have been after the Declaration of Independence. Wasn't that 1876?
Sure. All I see is the Anglo-Zulu War. It was fought in 1879 between the British Empire and the Zulu Kingdom.
I didn't see no Negroes. Okay, whatever. Because I was like, is this the British are coming? The British. Okay. Anywho, there's a war. Slappy's doing terrible. He was shooting terrible. And so he actually gets shot by one of the militant forces. And in the midst of him, he got shot, but he was like gasping and looking him into the eye. And I'm like, is that how war works nowadays? You just allow your enemy to turn around.
And then he barrel rolled into a bunker. I was like, how did he get in here?
He ends up in the tomb of Imhotep and
Anaxuna Moon.
And so he sees this magic writing on the wall. And so what does he do? Not magic writing, ancient writing, we'll call it that. He sees hieroglyphics on the wall. And so what does he do? He reads the spell out loud. He
notices like liquid, and he puts his lighter to it, and I'm like, how did he know it was flammable? Like,
sometimes.
But it lit up like the Mummy ride at Universal Studios. Like, I felt like I was in the Mummy ride.
So still haven't been to that, because when I went 2 years ago, it was closed. So hopefully I'll get to go.
It's so fun. It's very short. It's a short ride, but it's really fun.
I'm glad you said that. Okay. And so he reads the incantation. Would you like to say the incantation?
Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock. I don't want to die. Give me a piece of the pie. I don't know what the incantation was.
And so he heals miraculously. And so then we get our title screen, Goosebumps. And then we move on to him meeting Zahar. I don't remember his first name. It was not important. He's weird. He goes to this, like, I want to say a traveling circus, carnival kind of thing, but it looked like it was just standing there.
It was like a Ren Fair shop.
Yeah. So he meets Geppetto, and he's like,
I called him Sardo Jr.
So he meets Geppetto, and he's like, hey, I like your carnival. What's up, bro? And he's like, bruv, we're just chilling over here, bruv. And he's like, oh, you're the magician. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. His name is revealed to be Kandu.
Not can, don't.
He's given very much so Doctor Strange. And so he's like, oh, you're the magician. And he's like, first of all, honey, I'm Doctor Strange Evangelista. Okay. And so he uses his magic to animate some wooden, like half-made wooden doll that I'm sorry, Pinocchio. And he animates Pinocchio, and Pinocchio's like, I'm a real boy. And so that's when Zahar is obviously introduced to the fact that, oh, this guy has magic. So he just stays around. And I'm guessing his thing is he helps people. Like I'm guessing that's his shtick. Like, I've come to help you. We don't see how the hell he's helped this man. I feel like they may have left that scene out because what I look like is just like, oh, hi, I've met you. And I'm going to stick around. Let me stay.
Well, he wants something in return.
Yeah, but again, what did he do for him? We don't see like a scene where like a bunch of people are coming to the carnival and he's making a bunch of money. Like, we don't get that. So that's what I was missing here.
Beats hell out of me.
Writers, y'all just got a deal. I'm gonna need better than this going forward. Okay.
Well, no, he said that he can. Okay, so Lestat said that he can help the carnival. He can help fix the carnival to bring in people to come. I don't know. Get their face painted.
We need to see that. I need to see it. Like with the other backstory, we got to see how he helped.
Right, which is why this should have been episode 9 and 10.
They had things to do. They're business women. And so Zahar is, working on puppets and stuff, and then he goes outside and he sees that Lestat, I hate you, is turning the carnival goers into puppets. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, quite like the best reaction, like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm doing this for the ritual. And he's like, girl, what ritual? Like, he's like, it's like his first time hearing about this. So again, what have you been doing this whole time? So Zahar decides to create Pinocchio in full. And so he carves out this wood and he brings it to Lestat, and he's like, I have a gift for you. And so he sees the puppet and it's Slappy. Woo! Origin story. And so then he's like, okay, I'm never gonna let you hurt anyone again. And so he reads out the ancient words that I'm guessing he got from Kandu's book. And so how he knew which words to read, we don't know.
Well, when he opened up the book, it said how to turn a demon into a puppet. And then he read from that page. Kando Nosferatus. That's what he said. I got that off the Martin episode, the Halloween Martin.
You'll have to pay for your sins one day. And so once he uses the spell, that's when you see his ashy ass spirit get placed into Slappy. And so, I'm sorry. In the midst of him saying the spell, he stabs Zahar like multiple times, but he still keeps saying the spell because he's a G. All right. He's the only person in his family who's about that life. He is a OG gang. He is a ride or die. He killed Tupac. So he finishes the spell, and we see Kandu's ashy ass spirit go into the doll, and then he's still, even though he has all these stab wounds, he's like Mason Gooding in Scream 6, and he still manages to close the casket on the doll.
Won't stop.
He manages to close the casket on the doll and then flashback over. So that's the origin of Slappy. We're not explained how someone came, got the doll, and knew and took it. So I don't know, or even how, because remember, Slappy has the magical words to bring him alive in his petticoat. So who did that? Right. And so we're back with the kids, and they're so
they want to go explore the town. They want to go to brunch. James said they don't have brunch in Port Lawrence, but I'm like, what do you think Nora's doing all day? That's brunch, bitch. Y'all went over there and got pancakes. I don't know. And Margot is being a bump on the log, and she's just so worried about Lucas. He's not texting her back, but he's texting the gang back. Like, Lucas can go suck an egg. Like, are you, like, at that point, I wouldn't even give a about him. I would not care to talk to him. Like, if you can text everybody else but me, Heffa, we done.
Yeah, it was so melodramatic. See, I can do high school when there's not high school shit going on, and this was high school shit that I didn't have time for. Like, he's not texting you guys back. He's not texting, and so she's like, and so Isaiah's sitting over there like he cool as a motherfucking fan. Like he pissed me off this whole episode because he just sitting over there like, I mean, well, let's just go home, and I'm like, we just came on this road trip. Like, I guess because I'm putting myself in the situation, I would be pissed because there's no way I came on this road trip to have fun in Seattle and then y'all want to go home because Lucas left. Like Lucas, who wipes his ass with washcloths. Lucas,
he's not even part of the core four.
So they like, okay, we're gonna leave when Margot mom get back with the bagels, and James is like, well, this is lame, and Isaiah's like, well, James, you could just not talk because I don't have anything to say. He's so profound when he wants to be, but you had to cheat on the test. So Lucas is back over there looking at the damn slip and slide that he likes to go to, that little seesaw. And we see Margot calling him. He like, I'm about to put the look. I'm not gonna sing it. I was gonna sing Telephone, but I'm not gonna sing it.
Hello, baby. So sometimes I feel like I live in Grand Central Station. Something, I'm kind of busy. I'm kind of busy. Okay.
To be continued, but the second video never came, Lady Gaga. The second video never came. So then he like goes home and he's bombarded by his dead dad. And he's like, hey, son. He's standing so weird. I don't know why it threw me off. It took me out of the whole show because why are you standing like that? He was just standing. He's like, hi, son. I miss you, son. I've been in the witness protection program. The government had me, and it was either join the witness protection program or go to jail. And I was like, that's not how that works. You don't go to
right.
The point of witness protection is so you don't get killed, not so you won't go to jail. Like, okay.
Right. And Lucas is then Nora shows up. She's like, it's okay. It's okay.
She's looking ashy too.
It's okay. He's back. And then child,
he reaches out his hand and he's like, let's go for a ride, son. And I'm like, out of all the things, if this situation were true, out of all the things that your dad, who has been in witness protection for a year, who was presumed dead, has to say to you, it's go for a ride. Y'all want to talk, y'all want to hug, y'all want to have dinner, y'all want to catch up. Let's go for a ride. So, and then he just reaches out his hand. He don't even like try to hug his damn son. And so Lucas, of course, because he wipes his ass with washcloths, he goes and he touches his dad's hand and he's turned into a puppet. And that's when it's revealed, this is Condu. And he's around town turning everybody into puppets. And it seems like he's done everybody already. He just hasn't done the Fab Five. And now
the Fab Four.
Yeah. So he got Lucas because Lucas is a dumbass. And so he's managed to make it around town. How many people are in this town? Did we get the number?
1,000. Remember, he had to burn 1,000 souls. So 1,000 minus Nathan, Isaiah, Margot, James, and Isabella. So it was 995 people in town.
Y'all, I'll be leaving the podcast and Tiffany can finish on her own. Because I will, that you can kiss my ass. With like,
he said 1,000.
Town population 1,000. That is a terrible plot line. He would have been rather saying, I just managed to find 1,000. Anywho, so James is dropping everybody off. And so he's dropping off Isaiah and Margot last because, of course, they live next door to each other. And Margot gets out first, and then he's like, Isaiah, make your move. And he's like, why, bruv? Why do you think I should make my move? And he's like, because, dude, there's only one shot. You only got one shot. I was about to sing another song.
All I need is one shot.
You better lose yourself in the music the moment you want it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. It's your chance to blow. This opportunity comes one in a lifetime. Wow.
Why is your Eminem Jamaican?
Rest in peace to Brittany Murphy.
Okay, so So Isaiah goes, he finally goes, and he finally tells her how he feels. And then he smiles like this.
What the fuck?
He's like,
like,
me now.
come on. Do
He's like,
directors not yell cut anymore? Because what?
He said, you don't have to answer me now, but answer me soon, baby. All right.
That's not how he did it, bro. He said, you don't have to answer me now, Margo, but yeah, if you want to, you can come hit me up that door. He was very excited but weird about it. I was like, why is he smiling like that? I thought you were joking.
And she was sitting there like, I haven't even officially broke up with my boyfriend. What are you doing?
Isaiah, read the room. When a girl recoils, you just move on. Just be like, oh, my bad. I was trying to tickle you. I don't like. Save yourself, bruv. Save yourself, bruv. So
it was a lot. It was a lot. So Isaiah goes home, and guess what? His mom's there. So we know it's a hoax. We know something's up. What is his mom doing there? She's been gone forever. And his mom is in the living room with the dad, and there is a guy there who says he is a scout from UWA, University of Washington. And he's like, we want to give you a full ride. And Isaiah's like, well, what if I'm not sure that football's from me? And he's like, no, this is the full ride. This is what you've been waiting on. And he goes to sign the paper, the document, and he notices that his cast is not on his arm anymore. He's like, huh? And it cuts to Margot, and her parents are there. Sarah is there, and she's like, oh yeah, I drove down earlier. I beat you guys here. I'm like, ain't no way in hell.
Because you gave us bagels, bitch. Don't play with me. Like, they're like, God, these kids are dumb. How is Isaiah the smart one in this situation yet again?
No, it's always, oh, we're gonna get to her. We're gonna get to her because that's the best part.
And again, I'm telling you, you don't believe me. Those writers, I know them. They are pulling from other horror movies because the whole, oh, I don't know if I want to play with football anymore. The Faculty. Isaiah, you have not shown a smart bone in your body, but all of a sudden, oh, I want to quit football. And do what? And do what? And do what, Stan? Let me know how the cancer cure goes. Like, I was like, these movie references are ridiculous. So yeah, Isaiah goes and saves Margot from touching her parents like a dumbass. And so that's when they see Condu for the first time. And they're like, oh my God, creepy British white man in the house. And so they run out. And so James is rolling up. Oh crap, we forgot about James. James is rolling into his house, and Sam is dressed in James's Catwoman suit. Like, will you go to prom with me? And James is like, didn't I ghost your ass? Like, what you doing here? Like,
right.
Like, I move on to bigger and better, Sam.
Right.
And so after Isaiah and Margot run out the house, James whips around and he's like, get in the car. And Isabella's in the car with them. And so they're like, oh my God, who's that guy? We don't know. And Isabella is like, oh, let me tell y'all something. I knew something was up around this bitch. Because I walked in the house and my mama talking about, oh, it's so nice to meet you. So I had to slap that hoe in the cooch and run out. Because, and they like, she said it was nice to see you. And she's like, yeah, my mom hates me. Like, right. It's so consistent. It's like, Victoria is trash. When being a bad parent actually saves your kid's life.
Hello. And then, so they all go to the harbor stop, which is the Nora's brunch shop-y. And they see Lucas on his dirt bike, and he drives away, and he will not stop. They're chasing after him, beeping the horn. He will not stop. And I'm like, okay, you guys should know something is up at this point. And he gets them all the way down to the, what's it called? The sphere? The spire. All the way down to the location where the spire is. And he gets out of the, that's where it is. He gets he gets off of his dirt bike, and he turns around, and he's Kirby Puppet. And the kids are like, ah!
And in the midst of them being like, ah! Their parents come and open the doors of the car that are not locked. It's just like,
okay, time out. How did they get there so fast? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I forgot. The kids went to the harbor stop first. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so they did have a pit stop.
But they have to walk around, don't they? I mean,
I don't know. But
But why are the doors locked? Not locked. It's just shit like that where I'm like, you deserve to die. So the parents just open the doors of the Jeep and they grab them all. they're able to just manhandle these kids, which I get, like, they're adults, but y'all, you know, their knees are hurting. Y'all, their backs are a little, like, y'all can't tussle with y'all parents a little bit. So the parents bring them into a tent. And who do they discover in the tent?
Nathan. Bitch ass Nathan. He's there. So he explains what's going on, and he's the reason for all of this drama. And then it's exposition time. Dun, 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 dun. And they go back to the battle of 1879, whatever the fuck year it was. And basically, what's his name? Can Do wants to scare people into not going to war by killing people. Bitch, what?
And his justification is, I looked at the spells on this wall, and so we know he knows how to read the language because he was taught the language before the war started. Like, the natives taught him the language. And so he's like, this spell releases demons, ghosts, goblins, ghouls onto the world. And if they are in the world, humans will not be evil towards each other because they'll be scared of the bigger threat, obviously. So that's his way of, his Thanos way of bringing about world peace, is to bring things that can literally kill humanity into the world, and humanity won't harm each other. They will focus on the greater evil. Have you never seen a dystopian movie before? Because this seems very misguided.
Very much so. But he has to sacrifice 1,000 souls, which is why I said there's 900. It's 1,000 people that live in the town. No, it's 1,005 people that live in the town. Because there's 5 people still available, and he doesn't act like he needs those 5 to add to the spire.
Oh, how did they build that so quickly?
Spire. God, I can't talk. Magic.
How did they build? Okay.
Magic. The kids talk with Nathan, and they concoct a plan and somehow bring Sardo Geppetto Jr. back.
Well, we have to talk about how Nathan kills Fifi in the most melodramatic way possible with a pen.
Yes, so Can-Do tells Fifi to kill him, and Nathan's like,
literally, no, she's not exaggerating. He literally takes out a pen and stabs the dog to death.
And then, like, black ash just, I mean, Fifi's already dead, so we know that's not the real dead. Fifi. It's just, so it was just matter.
Part. Like, you didn't have a letter opener next to you? That
he didn't have anything in there. He didn't have anything.
Ass wet rag. And Billy Loomis, what the fuck? What a rat-faced mama's boy. I'm so over Nathan. And so they resurrect Zahar, and so they're outside, and Can-Do's ready to light the shit on fire. He's really not talking. He's like not studying them at all. Like,
right.
He is such a Dr. Evil ass villain. Like, sharks with laser beams attached to their heads. Like, he literally put them in there, told the poodle to kill them, and just assumed it was done. Like, didn't go back to check.
You saw how small that poodle was? That's why when you say that you're scared of little dogs, I'm like, no, I like little dogs, because a big dog, I can't just kick it and it'll run away. A little dog, I could. Mind you, I'm not kicking any dogs, but I'm just saying. I feel like I could take on a small dog rather than take on a Saint Bernard or a pit bull or something. That's what I'm saying.
As someone whose ear was ripped off by a dog, I'm going to remain silent.
Look, so they get, what's his name?
Can-Do, Lestat. Oh no, Zahar.
Zahar. So they get Zahar there, and he acts like he's on Lestat's side. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna finish what we started. We're gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna sacrifice these 1,000 people out of this town of 1,005. We're gonna go ahead and do it. And they light the spire on fire, and the kids start screaming. They start crying because their parents are on this fire. They're dying. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then Lestat turns into Kirby puppet, and I'm like, oh shit, the trap worked.
And so that's when everyone realizes, that's when we realize that the kids used a spell on him. And so they use the spell on him, and then they decide, okay, so this is when the stupidity comes in. They use the spell on him, then they decide to go to the same book where they got the spell from to try to find another spell to undo everything, which I feel like you should have preemptively already had that planned. But
the corner of the page should have been folded over, ready for you to open it up. Like, the fuck?
So, in the midst of doing that, Lestat's
Wait. Let's go back. So when he was a puppet, we just said, why didn't they get the incantation first?
Mhm.
Why didn't they try to stab him? Why didn't they try to cut his eye out? Why didn't they try to rip his jaw off so he couldn't read from the book? Why didn't they do anything?
At the very least, duct tape. When someone has let you know that the main source of their power is saying spells out loud, gag him. I don't know. Like there are just every time he would try to speak, I would punch him in the mouth.
Isabella can do it. Isabella can do it.
Come on now, he can't finish. He has to say multiple words. And he's not speed reading, so just punch him in the mouth. So
I don't know.
He comes out of the spell and he's like, "Oh, the spells don't work on me, bitch. Clearly they do because you were in it." And so then he says another spell, and then I don't know, ghouls, goblins, and fart smoke start to come out of the earth. I thought
they were dust monsters. Little dust bunnies.
Raid! So Skeletors start coming out of the ground, smoke wraps around the kids, and then it begins to wrap around Isaiah, and he like tries to push off the dust with the book, and he's like, "Oh my god, bruv." He broke so many times. I was like, just speak British. Everyone else is. He's like, "Oh my god, bruv, Harry Potter." And so he's like, "The book repels the spell. Hermione, run!" And so he starts dusting off everybody else, but then he just he dusts off Margot first, and he gives the book to Margot, and he's like, "Find the spell," and he goes and he tackles. That's the smartest shit he's done. He tackles Lestat, and so while they're tussling, which I'm like, once again,
that arm is never gonna heal.
He's an older man. Like
that arm is never gonna heal.
Like you're a football player, you ain't got nothing.
He's a quarterback.
And so they're tussling and like rolling around, wrestling like Ace Ventura, and and Margot's like, "Caddy small, paradoose." And the magical horsemen come and they steal Imhotep's soul, and so it reverses the magic that has been that saved Lestat's life. So he turns back into old war vet Lestat, and so like his hair gone and everything. So he is pissed because he had a silk press, and so the dead soldiers come out of the ground and start to like take him under. And so he still has his pistol on him, his service pistol.
His bayonet.
And so he's
Where did he pull the bayonet from?
His pocket. And so he's like, "Damn you, dirty ape!" And so he
said, "I would have got away from. I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids and your fucking dog."
So he shoots at Margot, and then Isaiah
he goes huh?
Isaiah turns into the Flash, and he jumps right in front of the bullet, and I'm trying to figure out what would have been hit. I mean, maybe a lung. He gets shot on the side of his body where his heart is not, and so he falls to the ground. The spell ends. The spell ends. I'm sorry, everything is reversed.
The spell is broken. The parents wake up,
and Nora's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Nobody reacts odd to this. They're just like, "Okay, we'll just walk off the Leaning Tower of Pisa."
The rest of the town people should be like, "The fuck is this?" We should hear that in the background. It should have just been a small, "What the fuck is? Where am I?" We should have heard something in the background. We hear nothing but Ben yelling out, "Isaiah!"
They're acting like they're just like getting off a carnival ride. Like, "Okay, let's just go to the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Let's go. Oh my god, I got macaroni on the stove." And so the parents go over to Isaiah. Once again, Isaiah's parents ain't worth a damn. Like, ain't nobody trying to put pressure on the wound. They're just like, "Oh, he's bleeding. Oh my god, he's not breathing, you guys." And I'm just like, and nobody gonna call 911. Like, nobody does. It's just.
All right, I'm back. So then we skip to the hospital. So Isaiah's in the hospital, and the doctor comes out, and she's like, "All I can do is make him comfortable.
Like, I'm not gonna hold y'all. Organs failing.
We put a
heart ruptured, lung ruptured.
We put some real warm socks on him. Got him a heating pad and a Snuggie. That's all we could do for him. We can't do a motherfucking thing. We got his TV show, favorite TV show on, which I assume was The Office UK. Um,
Get the he was watching Skins, and
or Skins.
so
What was that show? What was that show about the kids that got struck by lightning and they got superpowers?
Misfits.
Yes, in Misfits.
Yeah.
He was probably watching. I liked Misfits until like
Misfits was
after
good.
season 2 or 3.
That's not saying a lot. And so James is like, Lucas, he did it for Margot. And I was like, who the fuck cares what Lucas thinks? Like, I'm just, it's
Lucas
shit
is
like
like,
this where I be like, why are
Lucas
we
is like,
concluding?
yeah, I'm a dummy. I fell for it. I'm stupido. So Margot takes her raggedy ass into the room and she's like, what I wanted to tell you. What I wanted to tell you was that I want to be with you too. But I'm so scared that you'll break my heart. You've broken my heart so many times. And I'm like, did he know that he was breaking her heart?
I just
Where is Allison?
Allison is glad that motherfucker dead. So
You know what? She was probably in the Spire.
we literally never see that actress again. And so Margot pulls out.
No, Isaiah dies. Isaiah dies. He flatlines.
Oh, that was that. Okay, so I didn't know if that was the sound of him of his like heart go him flatlining, or if that was just like ambient noise. So
no, they
nobody
show
came
it.
into the room.
Right, that was really weird. They show it on the monitor. He actually flatlines, and she opens up the book and she says,
"Hear now the words of the witches, the secrets we hid in the night. The oldest of magic is invoked here. The great world of magic is sought. In this night and in this hour, we call upon the ancient power. Give us this power of sisters three. Give us the power. We want the power."
Mama say, Mama Saba Makusa.
And
Yeah, Jumbo Jumbo. And she says all of that, and Isaiah opens his eyes. He's like, and then he leans up. And then we go to then that's it. Margot's like I would have fucking screamed.
Like, and it just it begs the question, are there consequences to using this magic that seems to be quite dark? Because I mean, oh boy used it, but we saw with his it could be reversed. So am I really living, or am I on borrowed time in case somebody say this spell?
Right. So I mean, at this point, she needs to take that book and shove it up her ass. She needs to eat it and swallow it and let her stomach acid, burn it to pieces and then shit it out and flush it down the toilet so nobody will ever find the book ever again.
Such a beautiful visual. And so that's what Nathan goes to do. He goes to shove it up his ass and he goes into the bathroom.
Right on the magic school bus.
And so he's, I don't know, washing his face with water. Why ain't nobody whip Nathan's ass? Because he at the hospital. So I'm like, you came to the hospital and this is all your fucking fault? Like, my child would still be alive.
You should have been you should have been offering your heart, your kidney, your lung, your liver, your spleen, your fucking eyeballs, your tongue, your nose, everything to Isaiah to bring him back to life. You should have been donating everything in your body to him to bring him back.
Say this one more time, writers. Y'all just got this deal and I'm happy for you. If you pull this shit again, it's going to be a problem. Because there's no fucking way he's at the hospital with the family and nobody's pressing him about shit. This is his fault. He went and got slappy and started all this. Nothing would have happened had he just found an ending to the book. Nothing would have happened. Nothing. Literally. The show would have ended. So he's just good. So he go to wash his face because he's exhausted from fucking everybody's lives up. Like, he literally screwed everybody with no condom. And so he goes to wash his thing off. And so he looks in the reflection and he sees Lestat. He's like, not again. And Lestat's like, turn around and get the lube. Matter of fact, never mind. And so that's the end of the show.
Yo.
That's the end of Goosebumps Reboot 2023 Season 1.
0 out of 10. I'm kidding. It wasn't the best, but I give it a 6.5 out of 10. Like, at this point in streaming service, just in TV in general, we cannot keep giving people cliffhangers, because especially something like this, like maybe like a little slight cliffhanger that doesn't affect like anything else, You could have just left us a cliffhanger where we didn't know if Isaiah was gonna live, or Margot could have did the spell and he woke up and it ended right there. It would have been so much better. But letting us know that Lestat was still alive, just, are you gonna get a second season, or am I gonna have to make it up? I'm gonna have to write my own Goosebumps fan fiction. It like I'm fucking 17 years old in high school again.
Yeah, the whole in the age where everything gets canceled after one season because streaming apps don't do promo for all of their shows. I don't like. I think it's just disrespectful, honestly, to the fans. Like the only time, at least with Mike Flanagan, he actually will write how the season was supposed to end in some tweets, and that way we can like have a little something. Y'all don't care about these shows. Y'all not gonna like
justice for Emily Owens, MD. What's your score
for Daybreak? And so it's just like, oh, justice for the society. It's just like I did see that they did have high ratings. The first episode, they got 4.2 million with no promo, which is pretty good. So hopefully we get a second season. But if we don't, we're left with, I mean, what? Nathan's just gonna keep fucking over the town. Lestat gonna possess him. It's gonna be the same thing over and over again. I don't know, but I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give it a 6.5 as well. Just because
it's the first time we agree.
Just because, like I said, in essence, like I like when it's like bad thing happens, kids figure it out, they try to, like, I like how this episode flows. I don't like where it's just like mush parent shit, like so I like where it's like, it felt like a Goosebumps episode. And when I say Goosebumps, I'm referencing Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like, you know, girl gets a chameleon, the chameleon, it turns into her, she finds out the chameleon's evil, and then we got to get rid of the chameleon. Like, I like when it flows in that way, and that way when it's over, it's over. Like, that's how the scary anthology thing is supposed to work. So it gave me that, and that's why I liked the episode. But as far as the episode with the story, it gave me crabs.
Well, that'll do it, guys. Bye.
What?
That'll do it. Please be sure to follow us on Twitter X at BooShakalakaPod, and please be sure to join us next time when we review Serial Mom.
Woo! So go watch Serial Mom and get ready for a show.
It's gonna be amazing.